What is up, my veggies? My name is VTR, and welcome back to the movie review. And today we're going to be reviewing We're the Millers, a comedy that I actually kind of just decided to watch last night that I really wanted to talk about in a video. And also, before this video gets started, I want to apologize for this review being uploaded pretty late and also before a live stream and everything. So I apologize about that because, anyway. Let's go ahead and read the synopsis for the film. Small town drug dealer David learns the hard way that there is no good deed goes unpunished. Trying to help some trying to help some teens, he's jumped by thugs and loses his cash and stash. Now David is in big debt to his supplier. To wipe this slate, he must go to Mexico to pick up the guy's latest shipment. To accomplish his mission, David devises a foolproof plan. He packs a fake family into a huge RV and heads to the south of the border for a wild weekend that is sure to end with a bang. Now, when this movie came out, I actually saw it in theaters back when it came out, and I really liked it back then. And a lot of comedies don't hold up when you watch them years later, at least in my opinion. But We're the Millers is one of those comedies that I think like gets better with age. Like I think the movie is straight up gets better with age and it's funny. Like I think it's still I think like some of the jokes are not every joke hits. But overall I think the movie is funny. I think the movie knows what it's come to do. Um and it's overall it's just a fun comedy. There are jokes that don't hit in there. There's some shock value jokes and everything like that. And but a lot of the humor I think hits. I think it has a pretty good cast. A lot of the stuff that Jennifer Aniston is in, I enjoy. I think she's a funny actress. I think there's been a few movies that I did not like with her in it, but overall, I think We're the Millers is just overall a fun time. It's funny. I think it's well written. There is some jokes that I feel like, and I think I watched the unrated version, so some of the jokes like there were like, oh, I see why these were cut or deleted scene, whatever. As some dragged, but I'm pretty sure I watched the unrated version. Um, but overall, I just think this is a fun time. I think it's funny. See, a lot of comedies don't, not a lot of good comedies get made nowadays. I think the best one that I've seen recently was I forgot what it was, but that one I forgot the name of it is. But anyway, I don't see that much good comedies like good uh um um comedies for older audiences. And um this one I think is one that like I just think overall you go into it expecting ridiculous funniness. And I think that the dynamic that the family has in the movie I think is funny. I think there are some characters that show up in the movie. Like there's this one at the close to the end of the movie, this dude who's like, you know what I'm saying? That dude was annoying. I think they could have cut that out completely. Um, and they could have cut that out of the movie completely, and we could have done 100% without that. But overall, I think the movie, my favorites, some of the most funny stuff is the stuff when they run into this other family in the movie. I think that's really well um, acted, and it's just overall a funny time. Overall, I think this movie just does what you want it to. Like you don't expect anything crazy. You don't expect anything. Well, I can say crazy. And yeah, it's kind of got some cliche things in here. That's like stuff you've seen 1,000 times, like the jerk or the bum or whatever winds up getting with the attractive person and everything. And then you got the awkward teen who winds up liking the girl, and then you got the rebellious one who she's trying to like a runaway and all. Like you've seen all these tropes before, and then obviously you see the other family who's like this well put together, this like overly nice um family, and then when you see some of their weird sides, that's when a lot of where the comedy comes from. Now, where I think the movie does fall flat a little bit is in its villain, which it does have a villain, which is the dude who that's chasing them to because they took their stash or whatever. But um, that I feel like could have been there's some funny moments there. Like there's nothing memorable about. I think it's like Pablo Chacon. I think is the name of the character. Um, like you hear his name so much throughout the movie and everything, and like you don't really. There's not much in about him that's super interesting. His henchman or his like guy that works from whatever you want to call it. He is fun. He is funny, and I think they do a good job with that character. I think that's one of the movie's strong suits with the villain side is that, and like obviously there's some good actors in here. Um, I recognize everyone in the movie. Let's see. I actually want to look over the cast real quick. Let's see. Yeah, Jennifer Aniston, uh, Will Poulter, Emma Roberts, Ed Helms, Nick Offerman, uh, Catherine Hine, um, Molly C. Quinn, Thomas Sissel, Matthew Willig. Yeah, but those are like the ones like that I would say are like important to list off, and it's a pretty nice cast. I think most of in these actors in many things. Thing is, the main dude I really haven't seen, or I don't recognize him at least. But overall, I think the movie is just like I said, a fun watch. I think it's a like I said, like the villain is its, and also the dude that like that the main guy works for, David that David works for, is kind of annoying. Like every time we cut back to him, I'm like, especially since I watched the unrated cut, there's more of him. Um, he is definitely annoying, like a definitely an annoying character, and I'm like, oh, we're cutting back to him again. Like it's really something that's just like, why are we cutting back to this guy? But yeah, I think overall, like I said, the movie is a fun time. Audiences critics give this movie a 48 on Rotten Tomatoes, which doesn't surprise me a lot of time. Critics are not big on these types of comedies or anything. But I enjoyed it nonetheless. Um, so and audiences give it a 76, which I think I can agree with, and I think that is a solid point for this movie. So that means where do I put it with my rating? It's an interesting one. It is a very interesting thing. It's like I really like the movie. I think it's a lot of fun, but there are things that hold it back. So I'm personally gonna just give it a 3 out of 5 film. I think it's a 3 out of 5 film. I think it is a fun watch. I don't think it's anything fantastic, but I think it is probably one of the best comedies from the early 2010s. Um, I think that's probably one of the biggest strong suits is just it's funny, and the dynamic between the characters I think is a super strong suit for this movie. And my goodness, watch this with some friends, man. Like I watched like the first like 10 minutes with this with friend, and they left, and then like the last 10 minutes with another friend, and like when I was watching the movie with the friends at the points, I was gonna watch the whole movie with friends. Um, but overall, I think this movie is just it's a fun time. It's funny. You know what you're getting into. It's not something you've got to really think about. It's not anything super thought provoking or anything like that. I think the movie just does what it does, knows what it's here to do, and I think that's how you know you're gonna have a good time with this. If this is like your type of comedy, I think it's definitely one of the better comedies out there. My hair is like the alfalfa hair sticking up going. Oh, that is so unflattering. So it's sort of like my head like yeah, but that's where I will leave this video off here. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see each and every one of you guys in the next one. Bye.